2, 3, 1, go live. I love it. All right. But no one's watching, so it doesn't matter. Let's see that number jump up in 5, 4, 3. People are liking it, but no one's watching it. That doesn't compute.
Could that be because of the delay?
Maybe.
Yeah. There is a decent delay in there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, look, welcome back everyone to the stream. It's Nick here, 45 Degree Sailing. And today it's Friday. It's Friday today. And we're coming up very close to the Sharpen Up Flotilla. Flotilla, Sharpen Up 6. So our 6th flotilla. Who's here? We've got Graham's here. I'm here, he says. Me, he's here. Crazy Frog is here. Greetings, Sharpen Uppers. People are starting to jump online now. So we're going to talk about Sharpen Up 6, which is coming up in 1 week's time. So this time next week, we'll be prepping to go down to Il Pont for our welcome dinner, and we'll start drinking gins, and I don't know what will happen from then on, but effectively we'll just sort of throw t-shirts and books and all that stuff at people and start to get to know everyone. Although 80% of them are returning this year, so this flotilla, so that's really, really cool too. Then we're also going to talk about this week in the live, we're going to talk about Sharpen Up 7 in October, because I'm getting inquiries for that already, and potentially Sharpen Up 8, which is, I can't say it. Sharpen Up 8, which could be a catamaran flotilla. It could be another flotilla in Oxford. It could be a catamaran flotilla, a catamaran Sharpen Up at 45 Degrees Sailing. I know that is very off-brand for me, but the reality is I'm good at catamarans. So if I can impart that knowledge to people and they can go off and do their catamaran thing, and then we can go on a real Sharpen Up and overtake them, because that's just fun. So we're potentially doing a Sharpen Up with catamarans in October after Sharpen Up 7. So we're going to talk about that. And today I've also got Nico with me. So he's going to join us. We're going to chat about Sharpen Up because Nico is a qualified skipper. He's an experienced charterer. He's been doing this for, how long have you been chartering?
Since 2007.
Since 2007, he's been chartering his own boats and doing all that. So he has still found a reason, which we'll talk about, to come on the Sharpen Ups, even though he is in that mode as well. And we'll talk about that. And also, depending on how much conversation we get on the Sharpen Up, we might bring in this data hub, data collection thing that Predict Wind do, which we've just had purchased by another follower, and now has just been installed on Metal Felice. Although I don't have the data coming in, so I can't do that, but that's all right. So let's run the cutscene, and I'm going to get a drink, and then we're going to go into the Sharpen Up and welcome everyone. If I have a drink, I think I'm going to have a beer with you. Because
that's tough life.
I know. I'll just drink it out of the can like a real person who drinks beer out of the can. Okay, we're back here. All right, I'm going to drive from this side. You jump on that side. Also, your drink on my desk is making me nervous, so I moved you away from most of the electronics. Because that's what it does. Hang on, we need to be a little bit. There we go.
I won't get any taller though.
Can do the camera down. So, who we got? Oh, that's what I haven't set up properly, is my comments. This one, you can go away screen. Let's get the comments bigger. And who we got on here? Christina's here, joining late. Welcome, Christina.
Hey.
Great to catch up with you, whenever that was. Saw her last week, had coffee, it was good fun. Heard her exciting news, I love it. Graham says catamarans are the best. I'm going to kick Graham out. How do I do that?
More howls is not better.
Gordon's online. How you going, Gordon? And everyone. Okay, Boyan's here as well. People are fashionably late. I love it. Okay, we've got 16 so online, so that's cool. Grab yourself a drink. I really wanted to be careful. That didn't spray over my keyboard, so I did it quite gammy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Jively. And let's do this. So, Sharpen Up. What is the Sharpen Up? Sharpen Up Flotilla. Okay, hang on. What is the Sharpen Up? Instead of in my words, let's hear it from two-time Sharpen Upper.
No, one time so far.
One-time Sharpen
Yeah,
Upper.
Next week's the
Next
second
week's
time.
second time. I feel like you've been around more than that.
In spirit, definitely, yeah.
Okay, so in your
We
words,
tried more often, but it never worked out.
yeah, that's true. That's true. In your words,
What is Sharpen Up for me?
what is a Sharpen Up?
Go sailing with like-minded people, learn, practice, get better, and have fun while doing it.
I like it. I like it. My focus is off. I'm going to fix it. Press that button. No, didn't fix
I mean,
it.
the lens hasn't cracked yet, so that's a plus.
Focus on this beer. And then go lock focus. I think I did it. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. What I think the concept I like the most about the Sharpen Up is that it's not like, hey, this is keelboat 1 and this is keelboat 2 and this is keelboat 3, where you go, right, in keelboat 1 you learn how to start the engine, raise the sail, tack and jibe. In keelboat 2 you learn how to whatever, trim and something like that. It's not like that. The Sharpen Up is very malleable so that we can have a range of levels of those people on the Sharpen Up. Like you've got the Admiral's Passage, which is on our boat, so that could actually be a complete beginner, or someone who's purchased their own boat and is looking to really bring up their level with big boat experience, and I can push them for advanced trim or, you know, responsibility or whatever. You've got boats like the Hansa 388, like Calypso, like Meredith and Jacob did, to be your first like solo or first time skippering a boat. You've got more performance boats like the 460s or Evelyn, or more traditional setup like the Bavarias. You could basically make what you want out of it, because we're going to...
Christina is bringing that up nicely.
Aha, excellent. What is Christina saying?
With knowing her background of doing it the first time solo. Mm-hmm. This is pushing limits.
That's exactly right. Because Christina came on the Sharpen Up as our second or first solo skipper. I know David had done, I'm not sure, but anyway, Christina came on as a solo skipper.
But David is never really completely alone, is it?
No, David's never alone. He's always got someone. So the Sharpen Up is it's a week's holiday. It's a sailing week. It's designed around bringing up your skills, sharpening up your skills, learning to become a skipper or a crew member or a competent skipper, or learning the environment better, learning the boat better. It is built around the learning, but it's still, I mean, it's fun because you're going sailing, but it's not like a regimented, right, 8 a.m. we do this, 9 a.m. we do this. You've got to be here by 10. You've got to be here by this. We can follow quite a strict regime. Like the lead boat will sit to a schedule, and the lead boat is myself and Mahina and Blair as crew, and then we have the Admiral's Passage, whoever's doing the Admiral's Passage with us, that has the whole bow of the boat to come along. That boat will follow a basic schedule, you know, it's all malleable, but we'd be like, right, we're doing this and we're going to leave here at 11, we're going to arrive here at X, and then this is what's going to happen. The other boats can choose to follow that and be right in the flotilla or in the convoy, or they can break off, or they can stay longer, or they can leave earlier. It's not regimented in that sense. People do not have to, boats do not have to engage in everything we do.
I've also been on trainings before where the skipper or the trainer, so to say, said, okay, and now we're here in this harbor, and now everyone's gonna do two docking maneuvers minimum, and then you're just trotting around the harbor for 3 hours, which is boring for the rest of the crew.
Oh, so like, because he's just doing it with one
after the other.
Yeah, of course.
If in prep for an exam or something like that. And that aspect is a lot more loose on the Sharpen Up, because you say like, okay, you want to have a try. If not, okay, fine. You want to go sailing if there's wind, then let's do that rather.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, so people can arrive at the anchorage early because they're like, hey, I want a chill day. Going to get into that mooring ball or that dock and chill out, or they can come in later. So it's just like that. This is a really good question, and that's what we're here for. Aaron Buchanan, who I invited on the live stream, welcome Aaron. He's just inquired for Sharpen Up 7, which is awesome. It's booked per boat. Okay, so when you see those prices online, or when you see that, you're booking the boat. So as a skipper, you're going, right, I'm going to take the Hansa 388 Fufu, or I'm going to take the Hansa 460, whatever, and I'm going to rent that boat. and bring on up to X people. Now, the Sharpen Ups, we recommend 4 is a great number of humans to have on your boat, including yourself. I set a max at 5 because we're not in there to have like a whole group of people, and the learning environment is much better with a crew, because you do need to learn how to manage a crew, but not a party. So you want that learning environment to be able to learn to skipper with people, manage people and all of that, but not have an over.
And with a smaller crew, it's a lot more hands-on for each crew member as well. That's the
one. So it's booked per boat, and you can bring along your crew members for that exact reason. So the other thing about that, going on Nico's point, was on a training trip, how much helm time do you get on a training week? How much helm time, skipper time do you get on a training week? Because it's usually like 4 or 5 people, right?
Yeah. You can divide the sailing time by more than 5.
Yeah.
Because you have the trainer showing you once what to do, then you have a lot of failed maneuvers.
Yeah.
I know after my first week of training, I didn't feel too confident taking a boat out.
Yeah. So that's it, like a training week like that, and I'm not saying they should change it. That is how training weeks work. 1 instructor, 5 students. You get to see other people do it, but it can be quite boring, but you don't get that much helm time. You might dock the boat twice in a week, maybe 4 times if on a good trip. If you docked the boat 4 times on a training week with a full training week, you'd be stoked about that. Whereas on the Sharpen Up,
that's a training week where you don't do much sailing.
Exactly.
You do maneuvering training. Yeah,
that's the one.
So that's not where you learn sailing. That's where you learn docking.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing in a harbor.
Yeah. So because often it's like, right, today we're going to go on a mooring ball. Tomorrow we're going to anchor. That day we're going to do alongside. That day we're going to do stern too. So you might dock it once, twice. So on the Sharpen Up, you're the skipper. All right, that's you. I'm out of the frame. You're there to manage that boat. You're learning to properly take the reins of that yacht and manage that boat with the crew that you choose. Often on the 388 or something like that, like people have got a crew of 2 or 4. Like there is 2 or 4 of them. A couple, it's a great boat for the couple to go, hey, this is our first boat as a couple. And you've got that safety net, as Christina said, with Nick's safety net, with the team's safety net, 45D safety net. I certainly can't take credit for all of that, which is another thing we did to develop the Sharpen Up, is I have to have Mahina there, because she helps manage our boat. She's a brilliant instructor for people doing the bow, managing winches and all of this. This just gives the whole week another dimension of learning from another person's point of view.
And don't forget Blair, of course.
That's right. And then we're going to Blair as well. So Blair has come on as permanent crew basically for the Sharpen Up on Mila Felice. And Blair's either doing some of these maneuvers himself, he's manning the tender, he's running the drone, he's there to also teach whoever else, because he's very familiar with Mila Felice, so if Admiral's Passage is on there, he can teach that. And the absolute bonus is we can put myself or we can put Blair onto one of the other boats for that assistance, or Mahina if she's not. It's very important that we get our food though. So so I tend not to, it's got to be pretty dire for me to allow her to leave the boat. So hopefully, Aaron, that answers your question there.
If I may chip in on Aaron's thing, that was the reason why it took me like 2 or 3 years to actually join.
Yeah.
Because I could never get a crew together who are interested enough or know enough to join on something like the Sharpen Up. Because my crews usually, they just know what I tell them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So until you matched me up with Meredith and Jacob.
That's true.
You or Mahina, I don't know who was the driving force behind that.
Us.
Yeah.
Us. I thought it was an idea, and That's all right, Gordon. There's a lot of things more important than hanging out watching Nico and I drink beer. So it's more important watch rerun. Might be interested to catch Catamaran Sharpen Up. I love to hear about that. That's great. And if you're still listening, effectively the price range for the Catamaran Sharpen Up is very similar, because we're going to go a week later. The boats get a little bit cheaper, so I'll put out more information about that. But it's going to be between that 5,900 to 7, depending on the 7,000, depending on the boat you take. So have fun, Gordon. We'll catch you later. All right. So what is the Sharpen Up? That's sort of the overview. How does it work? Grab another beer.
Yeah.
How does it work? It is, and please, throw your questions down if you've got something to know about this. This is where we're gonna put it all down so that people can know. Effectively, it works like this. We are taking you through the whole process of chartering a boat, of skippering a boat, doing the whole thing. Instead of going, right, here's a pre-made, you just have to step on and drive, and I'm not dogging this at all, like a sunsail charter. The sunsail are like, sunsail are like the original flotilla base. Like the sunsail flotillas are, I could call it, they're not legendary is maybe it, because if I think of flotilla, I think of sunsail, because they do these sunsail flotillas where it's kind of like organized fun. You're going to jump in the boat. If you haven't got the ability to get it out of the harbor or into the harbor, the skipper jumps on for you, hoons out. Cool, here you go, away you go, meet us there when you get to that location, because the sailing part outside is relatively simple, big boat, small boat, whatever. And then you get there, skipper jumps on, parks your boat for you, with you, whatever, boom, okay, 10 boats are in, and then, hey, organized fun, go away, we'll see you in the morning. So that's kind of the original idea. Can't remember how I started that.
I was getting beer.
Yeah, I know. I started that because that's what's a flotilla like.
Charting the boat, taking out the boat.
Thank you. So, so what we want to give you is a full understanding of the process of what you're looking for in a charter company, of what you should expect out of the charter company, out of the process, out of the office portion, out of the booking phase, what you're paying for and what you shouldn't be paying for, all of this. So then you've got your check-in process to check. You're taking responsibility for all of this. The insurance is on you, right? I'm not taking responsibility for your insurance. So
you paid for our insurance last year.
Shh, that's changed. We did, but it was in part of the package. But you still knew about it. It's like, hey, we're purchasing deposit insurance, so this is how it works. Everyone knew why. So that is a huge part of the week. The decision making around the weather. We do a weather brief. I do a weather briefing online on YouTube every morning, usually at 8, and I've been told I'm doing it at 7:30 this year.
Oh, you did it 7:30 last year.
Oh shit! Don't tell them that, because then I'll have to do it earlier.
What, earlier?
Well, I mean,
no way. Veto that.
Well, but it's not for you though.
Okay.
It was earlier so that everything is, so that then that briefing that we had at like 8 could be right at 8, and then the day can go how anyway. We do a weather update. I do a weather update on YouTube every morning so that anyone can watch this. But it's for the Sharpen Up, where we're headed, what we're thinking. So we do the weather briefing, and then we have our skipper's briefing to say, right, here was our original itinerary plan. Does this still work? What do we need to think about? All right, are we anchoring? Are we docking? Are we mooring? So going through the whole skipper process of what you would be needing to do when you're in charge of that yacht and you're responsible for those souls on board. This
is a very specific thing though to the area here as well.
That's it. It's so just around the process of making those decisions. Aaron says, same here, Nico, coordinating vacation time with friends, family is a challenge. 100%. I also like that you are a skipper from the very beginning, arriving, doing your own check-in, departure. Yeah, just what we were talking about there. Do you have interest in creating a crew pool for people who want to take part but don't have a skipper? Yes.
They did it with me, and it worked out very nicely. But
yes.
Meredith, Jacob, and we met for an hour online before actually coming onto a boat. And usually when I assemble a crew, I'm very, very conservative on who to match, because a boat can get very cramped.
That's the one.
In a week.
Yeah.
And in that case, I just put my blind trust in you, or I wanted to go sailing that badly. I don't know.
We don't do that much. We, in fact, that might have been the only time.
it was the only time that I joined on a boat as a skipper with people who I didn't know.
Yeah.
So this was the pushing my limits in that week.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it, because it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, and now they're doing the second Sharpen Up together in a week's time. So
and this time I can practice being a
this
passenger.
time Jacob's the skipper. Yes, Jacob. So yeah, the answer to that, Graham, is a little bit of background on Graham. If you look at his little icon there, it says Sailing with Graham. Graham's an instructor in Canada, and he's been out to Croatia. Graham, tell us 2-3 years now. He's used our bareboat assist service. I've done a little bit of training with Graham. No. I can't remember if I've done training. No, that might have been Phil. I've done, but we've talked, and he's chartering through us now, and we're looking at an idea with someone like Graham, who is an instructor. He's still gathering experience himself because we're always learning. But if you did have a group, or if you were wanting a cabin on a Sharpen Up, Catamaran Flotilla or whatever, 3 years now, thank you, Graham, then we would look at this. I'm actually going to direct that traffic straight to Graham though. Okay, I'm not going to be a middleman on this because it just gets messy and whatever. So if you're interested in booking a cabin on a boat with Graham, with Sailing with Graham, for one of the Sharpen Ups, we just get in touch with us and we'll move you guys, connect you with Graham straight away so that you guys can talk about that. And if he gets 2 or 3 couples, or 2 couples, because we don't want more than 6 people on the flotillas or whatever, then that is an option there. So yeah, very, very good. Good leading question, Graham. Love it. I love it. He's learning. What are the prerequisites, qualifications for join? I have a skipper's license, Cat B, and a VHF, very limited catering experience. You're in. That's effectively it. It's the whole
As long as they give you a boat, you're fine.
That's it. Look, the whole idea behind the Sharpen Up is it's hard to gain experience after you get your license. It's hard because it's daunting to go to a new place, rent a boat yourself, or it can be very, it gets very expensive to go, okay, I've got my license, but I need another skipper on board in order to help me or whatever. So the idea is that, okay, if you feel confident that you want to go into this, you need to have the confidence that you can manage a boat and people safely, and you know the safety. That's the whole idea of the license. But effectively, there's a lot of people with the license that don't know that stuff.
In Austria, we call the, I assume you have the Skipper B license. In Croatia, we call it the Café Patent. Because back in the day, you would just bring 2 or 3 kilos of coffee for the
harbor master,
Lučki kapitan, you got your license in exchange for that.
Yeah.
And it's not much harder nowadays.
And years before that, I love this. If you were from New Zealand and you had a VHF license, they just gave you a boat. That was legal as well. You didn't need a license in Croatia. You don't need a license in New Zealand. So if you were from New Zealand or Australia and had a VHF license, that was it, and they gave you a boat, 50 feet, whatever, they don't care. It was just, they're from New Zealand, of course they can sail. They sail before they can walk. Not true. So that's the idea, is that we're going to be there, we're going to manage the situation with you and train you so that at any moment, if you're not confident, it might be, hey, okay, for this day, for this maneuver, we're going to put Blair on board your boat so that you can get out of the marina safely and have that little bit of right there help. Excuse me, I don't drink beer often, I'm going to burp lots. Or, if it's worse, I've got Blair managing Mila Felice. So that means I can jump on your boat and help you out, or whatever. So we have the options to work with you to gain this experience. That's the whole point behind it. And the next point to that is that we're very limited in our numbers. We have a maximum of 7 boats, including my boat and Myra Luned, which is David, who manages himself because he's done basically every Sharpen Up and about 6 weeks training with me. So he's living on his boat and sailing around. So he's got more t-shirts than I do. So 6 boats is our number for the Sharpen Up, including Mila Felice. So we keep it very tight so that we can give that time to people. Okay, I'm getting behind in comments. Stop talking, Nick. Mahin has got some good stuff. As she said, I'm with Nico. Matching skippers and crew is an art, 100%. What else did she say? We also have the Sharpen Up Facebook group and an incoming app. Oh, you told them. Where anyone wants to charter can put a post to see if anyone wants to jump on board as crew. 100%. I just need you guys to manage those relationships yourself so it's organic and it's not my fault. Aaron says, do you have a recommendation of the VHF cert for those in the US? Okay, Aaron, look at your, ASA 114. Okay, look at your IPC and does it have the VHF endorsement? That's important. I've got a video on this. It's somewhere. Does it have the VHF endorsement? If it does, that's enough. If not, you can do the ASA next number that has the VHF training in it. Therefore, the IPC will get that endorsement. The IPC is designed now to have the VHF endorsement on it if you've done that content. If you don't have that on your IPC, I just recommend, look, the only VHF I can recommend is the RYA shore-based cert because I don't know any of the others now, but that's a good one and it's got good content. What did you do for VHF?
I had to spell coronat in the NATO phonetic alphabet.
That's it.
That's it.
Don't listen to that. That doesn't happen anymore.
But
Can you still do it?
Huh?
Can you still do it?
Or?
No, you need the phonetic alphabet.
Yeah, I have to do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kilo, Oscar, Romeo, November, Alpha, Tango.
Okay, good.
it was more getting the letters in a row.
Yeah. So, as I say, you should have started sailing a while ago when it was absolutely ridiculous. But now it's basically a day course, so you can do it online and then go some to a training center and sit the test.
Two of my friends are actually doing the exam in June in Sadar. I can let you know how that went in the end.
There we go.
Maybe it's interesting for people.
And Boyan says, Aaron, I have FCC VHF radio, and that works. It does, 100%. So you can do the FCC one. They're really not strict on the VHF license, like where it's from. If it's any VHF license, they're like, cool. They have some basic training on VHF. That's cool. They just need a license for the insurance. Just managed to log on. Great to see that you have Nico on board. 100%. Wallace, how are you? Brian's not around. Do you need to get a bit, spicy? Excellent. Graham said, Phil was a great leading question. I've done training with you, Nick. Cool, but you helped me out. Oh, I haven't done training. Helped me out all night with my crew. We're down. Oh, that's right. I jumped on board. I got off my boat, went over to. We all shifted from a mooring ball in Netchyarm to an anchorage because it was just a really random, not often swell wrapped into the bay, and it was gross. So we shifted to an anchorage that was in cover. And dropped anchor. I dropped anchor on Mila Felice. He came along. I dinghied out to him, jumped on board at night just because we happened to be in the vicinity and helped them out with anchoring. They had a young one on board, so of course my heartstrings were pulled. So it wasn't because of you, Graham, it was because your boy was on board. It was for your son and your wife. But then, we just helped out with that. So that was a huge part of our thing. So, Legion, thank you very much. Boyan saying 15 years ago. Right, cool, you can read that comment, that's good. You have little faith. I knew he could. I would not have put him on the spot to embarrass himself.
Oh, no, you totally didn't.
No way. Because you've got to be credible because you've been on a Sharpen Up.
You put yourself on the spot then.
I put myself out there. So,
can I just chip in on Wallace's comment?
Absolutely.
Since we were talking about, what is Sharpen Up and what is a great thing about it. Half a year after I went on the Sharpen Up and met Wallace and Shani, they actually took me out again for a week.
This is why I felt like you were on another Sharpen Up. Carry on, yeah.
Yeah, so there was Wallace wanted to practice, wanted to have someone else on board. And I just went along for a ride and had beers.
That's all you did. But he was definitely...
No, he managed the boat himself.
Yep.
I was just standing there watching that. Making sure Brian didn't come along.
Oh, Brian.
And
it's a safety net. Just for Brian's someone else. He cut his toe off. It's different. But anyway, that's a safety net, right? Having that person there is not necessarily, hey, I need you to manage this or take it over. It's just having that set of eyes that you trust to say, oi, have you thought about this right now? Oh, shoot, thank you very much. Or, I know you've made that decision. Here's my peace of mind. I don't think we should do that because of X, Y, Z. That's what a safety net is, and that's what the Sharpen Up is as well. I'm not in charge of your boat on a Sharpen Up. You are. I'm not in charge of your crew. You are. I'm not responsible for either of them. You are. So I'm going to give you my absolute best advice. I'm going to answer any questions you have, and I'm going to step in and say, hey, this is what I think you should do relative to your current situation.
If you do that, what he says is still on you in the end.
Thank you. I like this guy. You come to more live streams. Yeah, if you do that, that's on you. It is. It's still your decision. I'm just giving you my best advice for it at the time based on my experience. So that's that's we're getting there on the Sharpen Up. Christina said, did VHF exam in Croatia. They had multiple choice 10 questions, and I made us talk on the mock radio playing about 2 situations. Felt weird, but passed. Yeah, that's look, that's what a lot of examinations are for the VHF. You study the content before, and they're going to check you that you've covered the bases. Hey, give me a Mayday call. What's the most important piece of information on a pan-pan? What is a pan-pan? What's a security? What channel is the international distress and calling channel? What's the ship-to-ship channel? What is a duplex versus simplex channel? I used to teach VHF. Sorry, that was a bit fast. Okay, so that's what our Sharpen Up is. Gonna throw it out in the middle here. I've still got a few people around. If you haven't liked the video, please hit like now. If you're enjoying it, if you're not, put the don't like video. That's fine. I do like an honest response. Yeah.
Doesn't cost you anything.
And if you think this would be helpful to someone else, or you think this flotilla would be great for someone, please send them the link of the live stream or the website, and so we can help them out. Similarly, you cannot just click on buy now on our website and book a place on the Sharpen Up. Okay, if you fill in, I'll put our, actually Mahina, could you throw our intake form on there, or Anna or someone? I'll do it if you can't. If you apply for the Sharpen Up, you're going to go through the form, say this is what I want, and then you're going to end up on a call with me. Aaron Buchanan, he's applied. I've said, hey, you want to book a call? We'll chat about it. You're going to end up on a call. You cannot just book anything. Book now with 45 Degree Sailing. It is all about talking to you and making sure that the service we're offering is going to fit for you, making sure that you're ready for it, or it's going to be helpful, or whatever it is. I just want everyone to be very aware about what they're getting into and have this expectation so that I can smash it. That's the whole point behind 45D.
That sets you apart from all the other stuff.
Yes. Huge part of that is Mahina.
Even though people are nowadays with the internet, do they want to talk to other people? With you, they have to. with us, they have to. And Mahina was very big on this back when we used to host an Airbnb. And she's like, she could tell from a person roughly what's going on with them by the way they write an email. Period. You know, so it's like we had a rule that if she got a bad feeling, or she's like, I don't like this person, they don't come on. They don't stay at our house. They're staying in our house. All right. So we had a 100% success rate on having an Airbnb room, no bad reviews, because we didn't take everyone. Despite me feeling the pressures of money and wanting to take some of them, she had great call on that. So 45D was built around the same thing. We have 100% 5-star reviews, like 100%. There is no non-5-star reviews on any of our review sites because we don't take everyone. All right. If we think you're going to give us a bad review, we don't take you. No, if we don't think we're offering what you need, we don't take you. If we don't think that we can give you the best thing that you're looking for, then we don't take you. I'll send you to someone else who's going to do a better job of it. Mine has just said, Nico, you're a way nicer live streamer partner than me. Yeah, it's because he hasn't told me, Nick, you're talking way too much and too fast. Shut the hell up. Yeah, well, it's unfair. I usually tune into those to hear you ramble on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, but you've been drinking, so that's why. Wicked. Okay, so what's different? I said in the live stream description, which I'm pretty sure no one reads, that we're also going to talk about what's different about this Sharpen Up. So one thing Blair's here. Blair's here.
Hey, Blair.
Is Okuda watching? Where's Okuda? Hey, Blair. Sorry, I got him to say hello. I didn't say hello. We've been talking you up. You've done well on this stream. That's going to make him go back and watch it. Another view. What's different about this Sharpen Up? So our traditional route for the Sharpen Up is like south. Okay, Southern Islands, Sholta, potentially Brach, Hvar, Parklanese, Vis, Dervinik, like that. Okay, so that's kind of our route, which I think I can kind of show on a chart/map here. I really wish I had a chart. I used to have a Navionics chart.
Oh, they turned that off, did they?
Yeah, no, you can't do it anymore. Yeah. Chrome shares.
Thanks, Garmin.
Yeah, thanks.
So, sorry,
Garmin.
I'm hating on companies here.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, we would come out to like Netchuam, maybe go down to Stadigrad, come around here to Veligashka, maybe go across the Vis for mooring balls, and then punch it to Marselinca, and then do Dirvenik, because we do a med mooring, so everyone can anchor and go stern to. Learning about Greece. So we traditionally do that. Now, that's all cool, except this time, along with last time, we've got majority of people returning. These are all bar one boat returning clients to 45D, and then bar one other boat returning clients to Sharpen Up. Jacob and Meredith have done 4 to 5 Sharpen Ups already. Wallace and Shani, who did it with Nico, who sailed with Nico, they've done one. They're coming back on their second and their third trip in Croatia with us. Amanda and Ian, they've upgraded to the next model of 460. They're coming back from the last Sharpen Up. So we've got a lot of repeating clients. Now they've all done this area. So I was like, fine, you're all feeling really confident and really smug. We're not going back to those places that you know so well. I'm going to challenge you and we're going to go north. So this one's a bit different, and we've done thank you to Meredith Bachman and everyone else at the team of 45 that's helped us write this, especially calling out to David Llewellyn, who did the original write-up of our Skippers Handbook for the Sharpen Up. Thank you very much, David. He put massive hours of work into that, which we then, and he said, I just wrote down what you'd told me. So we'd done about 6 weeks training, and so he wrote down everything that I taught him and watched the videos again, and we come up with this Skippers Handbook. And now we've just pumped in 5, 6, 7 new locations in and around this area that we're talking about. So we're bringing the Sharpen Up in closer, shorter distances again from last time, which worked out super, so that we've got more time to enjoy, play and sail. I don't want to motor places, I want to sail everywhere. So if we are only sailing slowly, I want to sail instead of, where's this gone? It's my Stream Deck. This is supposed to control my Stream Deck and it just ran away on me. Main. So I was saying something there about, so to be able to sail everywhere instead of motoring because we needed to get somewhere, blah, blah, blah. So David's just said it was my revision notes. Excellent. And so huge thank you for that. He was like, we need to get the stuff out there, it's gold. So we did, and now it's out there, and we're looking at publishing the book on Amazon or something in the next month. In the next month, we're going to publish it. It's going to be for sale for a dollar amount, a euro amount, whatever it was. So Sharpen Up's going north, and we're going to check out a bunch of new locations, very similar to the locations I was on when I did the Salona Ford. I keep calling it a Salona Grand Soleil 44 review, and a bunch of those new Sharpen Up episodes. So that's a big part of the Sharpen Up as well, is getting that Skippers Handbook, which looks like this. This is the sail time version. We did a custom flotilla for someone, and so the locations were adapted. This is a bit smaller.
There's a level up from last year, though.
What's that?
That's a level up from last year.
That's right. You went on October's flotilla, were you?
No, May.
Yeah. So October's flotilla was already leveled up as well. So look, this is a detailed book of all the maneuvers and stuff that we do, how we do them, why we do them. It's basically written by David, but it's written by me effectively, and it's my take on anchoring. And these are all images of us. That is on Sharpen Up 1. That is Butter's yacht, Mila Felice, and David's yacht. And that's our stern to and rafted up. So the whole deal is that we go out and do maneuvers that you might otherwise not try. You know? Like, it's like, hey, I've seen people raft up before, but I've never done it, and I've just got to get through this week without smashing up my boat or killing anyone. So you don't do that. It's like, oh, I see all those boats over there, and it's kind of narrow, and I know it's deep there, but I want to anchor and go stern to the shore, but there's a slight crosswind, and I don't know exactly how to do it, and I don't want to look stupid. This is a huge thing. So on the Sharpen Up, we're doing that with a bunch of like-minded people in order to show you how to do it, to give you the live experience. And it didn't work, try it again. Okay, I'll jump on the boat, we'll do it again, let's challenge it. And a huge part of these maneuvers, now that I realize, and I'm talking about this, is learning to do them slow. people say, oh yeah, I can dock really well, and they dock fast. It's actually easier. You screw it up worse, but it's actually easier to control a boat when it's going fast than it is when it's going slow. You crash bigger, but going slow means you understand the movement of the boat. So,
Was it as fast as necessary, as slow as possible?
That's the one. We only go as fast as we need to be in control. That's something I've said, isn't it? That's a Nick Hathaway quote. So, that's our Sharpen Up. Is there anything else I've missed? We have a big barbecue. It's awesome. Get to see other boats. So, you were gonna... No? We get to, so because you're in a like-minded group, right? Everyone that's coming on the Sharpen Up is either really keen on sailing, or possibly, or like that, and is looking at buying their own boat, or already has their own boat. That's kind of like they're on that sort of journey. Are you going to buy a boat one day?
I hope so.
That's kind of it. It's like that's the sort of people we're looking for, and they're generally very humble because they want to learn. If you're coming to give us money to give you experience and take you sailing and teach you, you're generally a more humble person than the person, call it that random Kiwi that just thinks he knows everything and he's just going to go and smash stuff up until he learns. So, and as he said, we drink gin.
As right as he is, Mahina's got a good point. Watching other people do the maneuvers is great for learning as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, say we did one thing on the May one, or the October, whatever, most of them, where we were in Startigard, and we say, right, we're going to have a late morning in Startigard with a big day the day before.
Oh, yeah.
But a late morning in Startigard, people can have coffee or do whatever, and whoever wants to get up early and do some in and outs to practice docking can be practicing on their own. We've got Blair to pick up lazy lines, we've got Mahina, we've got whoever else wants to help out, and I highly recommend learning to be the guy on the dock and to understand how that feels when you've got boats backing in to help them, because your appreciation for that will go up tenfold and your understanding will go up even higher. So they could do those on their own. Or if they say, Nick, I'd love to get you on the boat for a couple of in and outs. Then I jump on with them, and then I can train them through that. Or we can switch helmspersons so that everyone gets a bit of a turn. That's another huge thing. Mahina has another comment there. You get to talk to other skippers, crew, discuss what you found difficult, what they found difficult. Yeah, 100%. And this is all just more and more information. Anna also said, what is a custom flotilla? So a custom flotilla, like the one we did for Sail Time Houston. Shout out to Sail Time Houston. Focus, it's not going to focus. I took it off autofocus. Sail Time Houston. Was a mid-season September flotilla. We took Mila Felice and six other catamarans and brought a whole bunch of people over from Houston. We organised everything for them, down to the transfers from the airport, their accommodation, dinners out, provisioning for boats, everything. So we did this and made them a custom book for their flotilla, so that people could understand the manoeuvres, the locations where they're going. Shout out to David. There's his boat with the 45D boom sticker rocking along there. So that's what a custom flotilla is. So we are also doing that for people or groups, sailing clubs, social clubs, whatever, businesses. We will run a custom flotilla, and I will actually come on that flotilla with you, either on one of your boats or on my own boat or on a support boat, so that I can assist, all right, support and be there. So if shit hits the fan, I'm booking you guys into places. I've got the contacts. I'm getting you in there, and I'm then helping out any boat that needs help to get in because they got a bit shaky on that one, or it's just really challenging. That's a custom flotilla. Wallace, what did Wallace say? If you have a problem, you jump in, or you jump on at sail and help it get it sorted. Remember those damn reef lines on? Oh yeah, well that's it. We had an issue at check-in, and I'm like looking at the reef lines and go, this is, we're going to put this sail up. They're like, oh, it's too windy to put the sail up. I said, I don't care. You're wrong. It's not too windy, and the boat's straight into the wind. So we put the whole mainsail up and realized that all the reef lines were tied wrong, standard on any charter boat in Croatia, pretty much. People don't know how to try reef lines. And look, that's not, you can't, when you get out there and you screw something up, that's not their fault. It's your boat for that week. You're in charge. So if you didn't check that crap, if you don't know how to deal with that or how to spot it, push comes to shove, it's not going to help you out there to be crying that someone else did it. So we jumped on and completely re-rigged his reef lines and then checked them and set them so they had a confidence of exactly how they were working and that they would work. And they did, and that was great. It was over spec'd, wasn't it? It was like 12 mil line, it needed to be 10. Just from those, I remember that a little bit. Shout out to Stephen and his walk-in part. Oi, Uncle Wee Wee. He just did a casual in and out. He's going to be on Mila Fleece for this Sharpen Up as well. It's going to be his second flotilla, I think. His second flotilla. Yeah, so look, that's it. We're coming up. We've got 15 minutes to go for our hour stream. So if you do have any more questions about this, or if you have not hit like on this video, and I feel like I've talked enough to get a thumbs up, but that's up to you. Long story short. So
You're going to like from me afterwards.
yes, that means a lot.
Yeah, I always do.
Listen to me, one beer and I'm all emotional.
Where's the gin bar gone, by the way?
I don't know.
Was that...
No, it's still there.
Is it?
It's just not out, I think, because we have a daughter. Dude, it's still there.
Okay. I thought it was because...
And
I
shout
thought it
out
was
to...
because David was here and since then it's...
No, yeah, fair enough. Shout out to Johnny, Johnny Golson from the Sail Time Flotilla, who sailed Mila Felice and someone got married on Mila Felice. He gave us this, and he's just sent me a song that he wrote about Croatia, and I have to watch that. So we've got to smash this tequila at some point. It's in a boot. Thank you, Johnny. That was awesome. That was on the custom flotilla. What's a custom flotilla? It's a time to bring Nick tequila. So the gin bar's in there. That's the long and short of that one. Did Stephen get a Teal's 45D shirt? He did. He's got 2 or 3 of them. He went through all of the old gear, the seconds and everything like that. And he's got, I think he's got almost as many T-shirts as what's that crazy frog's name? David. Who knew my hoha whānau would catch a sailing boat? Oh, it's hilarious. If you don't know what those words mean, hoha means basically crazy, and whānau means family. So, does hoha mean crazy? I don't know if I'm right. Very cool. Who we got? Mr. Finch. Getting FOMO just watching. We definitely will be back. Lots to practice and explore. Might have to try out a cat. Would you do a Sharpen Up Grease? Dude, don't throw out crap like that now. I shouldn't have said that out loud. No.
Get another beer and then rethink.
There's no to anything, but like everything, I need people to commit, obviously, because if I start planning all this stuff, so we'll talk about it. But again, I'm not going on a cat. I'll sail Mila Felice down and I'll sail her down there. I'm not going on a catamaran. Now, Mr. Finch, you're saying you're going to be back. You're speaking like you know us, but Mr. Finch is not a name I recognize. So I apologize if I haven't gone, hey, Danny, that's you. Just made Nico's day. Oh, his eyes when he saw the tequila. Sharpen Up Grease next year. No, not next year. Look, just chill out. Oh, was. Get me 4 boats, Wallace. Give me 4 boats, I'll do Sharpen Up Grease. But I'm not doing it in the season. Okay? Season in Greece is disgusting. Yes, I know you can do Greece. Season in Greece is disgusting. David will tell you that. Now that's disgusting by my fright, and I don't even know. Oh, it's Colin. Oh, see, now I can do that. Colin from Scotland. He jumped off the rock in Valagashka with me. Him and his boy. I've got some sweet drone footage of it. See, you got to have a name. Change your name. Do you like Nico?
I still have the code in there.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Well done. Well done. We don't
bother changing it afterwards.
We don't have the same cruising knowledge in the area we have in Croatia that Crazy Frog does. He can run it. That's a point. Sharpen Up David Llewellyn, Greece edition. Who would follow David around Greece for a Sharpen Up? I would. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I have done one trip through the Ionian now, but it was in the off season. It was fantastic. I'd be down more for an off season in Greece than I would be for an on season. On season in Greece seems way too hot and so busy. Whereas my experience of Greece was I have this entire place to myself.
Isn't the off season always better?
Yes.
Somehow.
Absolutely. Oh, Colin, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. When are you coming back? Why aren't you on a Sharpen Up? Come on, man. Come on. You could jump on boat. You could jump on with Graham if you wanted to. Christine. Look, let's do that. Okay.
Well, you got your 4 boats soon.
No, let's do the friggin' first thing is the Catamaran one in October 18 to 20, whatever it is. This year in October, we start with I'm not doing anything till that's done. No grease crap. He sails way too close to water spouts. He really did, actually. On season is not worse than Croatia. Yeah, it is. Is it? Is it not worse than Croatia?
In what sense worse?
Yeah, tell me about that, because what I see and hear from other humans, I don't know. It depends what you're going to do, because of course you
Blair, I'm up for that.
Oh, shit. I'm not even going to put it up.
Everyone can read it by themselves.
I'll do Sharpen Up.
I'll help you to sail Milofilis up there.
I'll do Sharpen Up long boating with Mahina and Okura. We do it on the canals. Oh, shit. Now Mahina's jumped on the bandwagon. I really would do Scotland.
I liked how this went.
I really would do Scotland. Oh, that'd be cool. I wouldn't.
That's gonna be Sharpen Up Blair edition, though, then, right?
Oh yeah. Sharpen Up Chief. Interesting. All right, I want more likes. We've only got 9 likes. Got 12 people watching. This is ridiculous. I'm getting bullied from every angle, but we all know I like it, so it's whatever. Cool. All right. Well, look, that's. Oh, Graham's on the fucking thing too.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but okay, they've got a. Oh no! That's the first drink. That's the first round.
Ooh,
that's it, isn't it? First person to say Atlantic buys the first round of drinks.
Well, technically, he didn't say it.
It's said. It's online said. Don't you defend him. He's the worst offender of the Atlantic crap. Wallace, you're banned. How is that even a question? Of course I'll swim. There's water.
Is not swimming an option? It's not, right?
I don't think so.
It's more refreshing.
It's just a bit colder. God. Such a brine.
But you don't know that until you jump in.
And just should I put my toe in? No. You should put your body in.
Yep.
And then you can
first.
tell. Yeah, head first. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So he said the word. Brian, Wallace, I see you've already said something Brian-y. So now you're there. Yeah, he said the word. He typed the word. He put it in print. So that's the first round. Wallace, you're on him. You're in charge of that because it was your thing, whatever you said it. That's fine. All right. No coulda. No. I'm out, Dad. I've got special plasters on all of my itchy bites, so I'm gone. Mahina, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. So look, that's it. We're going to run out of time. I'm going to make us run out of time because I'm hungry. What's for dinner? We talked about it.
You want to know what's for dinner?
Yeah.
A potato and blue cheese galette.
That's the one. Potato and blue cheese galette.
Do you know what a galette is?
It's potato and blue cheese in the pastry thing.
Yeah.
Yes. I only know that because I ate it the other night. I'm editing a video for my trip to Rio del Sete, Guatemala. It'll be my first post on YouTube. Yes. And actually, I'm planning on, Graham and I talked about this last week, planning on doing a Friday Live with him to go over that trip because I'd just done the Atlantic crossing and he'd just done this Rio Dolce in Guatemala where he had to go up basically up a river and cross whatever was like, it was very shallow with a keelboat. So they actually tipped the boat over and motored through to be able to get the boat over this shallow section. So he's got footage of that and we're going to have a chat online. So if you'd be interested in seeing that stream, that's a cool idea for a Friday Live. Interview Graham and go over that. Give me Sail with Graham. Comment Sail with Graham if you want to see that. If I get 10 of them, then we'll do that, Graham. So comment Sail with Graham if you'd like to see that story of his sail up the river in Guatemala to all that crap. Cool, see you guys next week. Later, Wallace. Big Japan trip this year. We'll come back next year. Scotland is wild, wet and cold. Love it. Although no mid-mooring. No, I'm down, Colin. 5 foot deep sandbar with a 6.8 foot draft. Yes! All right, comment Sail with Graham. Comment Sail with Graham if you want to see that stream. All right, cool. I think that's it. Should we bail?
Okay.
Is my daughter in the pool yet?
Not yet.
Give it 30 seconds.
Not yet.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Nico.
Well, thanks for having me.
Coming along. And
not only today, but for the rest of the week.
Yeah, Nico's remote working / relaxing from Croatia this week.
Don't say that on the internet.
Don't say that on the internet. Shh.
I don't know how many of my colleagues watch this.
I mean, you do wear the brand all around the office, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Interesting. Anyway.
I'll hear it on Monday latest.
You can edit that part out. It's not. Oh no, it's live. Sail with Graham. Crazy Frogs in with that. Excellent. Okay, yeah, throw those comments in. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'm going to run the cutscene, get out of here. See you all
next week.
Am I doing a Tuesday live? It's getting very busy next week. I don't know. I'll put the stream up if I am doing one, but we're going to start being out of regular streams because we're going to start being on the water. But otherwise, see you next Friday for that Friday live, which will be just a little update on something that we talk about, some crap, whatever it is. Actually, we might, because you're going to be here Friday.
Yeah.
We might talk about this new system that
There's going to be a whole lot of other people be here.
Yeah, I know. That I've just added, thank you, Jacob, to Mila Felice. Jacob's just putting toys on my boat all the time. Jacob will be here as well, so we're going to talk about that. But this is the... full-on nerds. This will be the data hub.
What's your YouTube statistics tell?
That's the one. So,
No, selling nerds.
This is the data hub from Predict Wind, which is effectively a ports data hub that's going to allow us to have a live page. How do I go back to the data hub satellite portal?
Jacob can make Nick look intelligent.
So you'll be able to I'll be able to log into the data portal, and you'll be able to see all of Mila Felice's basically live stats, data, thank you, live stats and data, shop data hub, I don't really want to shop it right now, live stats and everything like that, and you'll be able to track us even if we were long gone because we've got Starlink on the boat. So this
works with Iridium Go as well.
And it works with the Iridium Go, yep, all that sort of stuff. But basically that will give us a live stream for all of the crap going on the boat, which is really, really cool. So
now more people can watch how quickly you really sail. That's not just me.
That's the one. Yeah, because Nico has his own version of this, which is in production, which is installed on Mila Felice at the moment.
So far away from production.
Which is in my boat.
You got the first prototype that's not looking 100%.
It looked really good. And then I hit it in my console. Because I had to.
But you know it's looking good in there.
I know it feels good in there. So I did that, and you got. Tell me about that. You got over 1 million data points. What'd you say?
No. We're at 2 billion, I think.
Billion.
Woohoo!
Over the entire month that you went to Greece, yeah.
I was telling people a billion.
Since one of my contraptions in there didn't work out as I planned.
Yeah.
I had to log in every 2 days and delete data points off the actual device, so I have it on my server.
2 billion. 2 billion data, something like a lot.
So if you commit to the stream now for Friday, I can get some stuff prepared.
All right, so we're going to do that on Friday.
Preparing for a live stream?
Shh, we always prepare for live streams. I was closing windows in my computer and going, crap, what am I doing? And it was like 2 minutes to stream. Anyway.
You didn't even prepare a gin, that's why you ended up with beer, huh?
I had a coffee and then a beer. Yeah, I didn't prepare anything. And I was like, Stephen, I need a gin. So yeah, like a lot of data points from our whole sail down to Greece and around, all of our depth data, voltage, so we'll talk about that and the data hub. The data hub will be running by next week and we'll be able to compare what's going on with the boats. So very, very cool. All right, we've got a bunch of sail with Graham's, got one from Blair and all that. See you next time. Sounds cool. I think the principal, excellent. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye. Which button? Do you want to press it? You press it. Top
Which
left.
one?
Top left.
Finish?
Top left. Cutscene first. Now finish.
And then finish.